Stocks, of course, are coming off of a record-setting week once again after President Trump's address of Congress. Joining me now is the CEO of Zinder and Associates, Mark Zinder. Mark, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining
Maria,
us.
good to see you as well.
Big rally. What do you attribute 100 straight days of gains without interruption?
Well, the president has told us what he's going to do, and he's doing what he told us he was going to do. The market doesn't like uncertainty. They love it when they know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but is it going to happen, Dagan? We've been waiting for this to happen. We've been waiting for some tax reform. Market's up 14% since Election Day.
And some of that is just better news down the road. We've had guests on your program who said that there's a double-digit increase in earnings anyway, even without tax reform. But again, the next few months are going to be critical in terms of getting through the Obamacare repeal or the new health care bill for Republicans. Because if it looks, this is a market that's purely trading off what's happening in Washington. If it looks like it's going to get bogged down, that bogs down tax reform and tax cuts.
So what would you do, Kevin? I mean, at this point, with the market where it is, do you want to take some money off the table? Are you worried that this timeline that Dagan's putting out there is going to materialize?
I'm not necessarily worried. I think investors need to pick and choose where they want to be in the marketplace, and one of the reasons why is we still are in a low interest rate environment. The Fed is still coming off the zero bound. Interest rates are going to remain low. Earnings power is very strong for S&P 500 companies. You want to be in those that can capitalize in the new environment and can continually grow. Whether or not we get tax reform, deregulation, or what have you, you've seen the financials run up a lot, but you're still seeing earnings growth on the top line and the bottom line in a lot of the information technology companies that are doing well. So you need to pick and choose in this market. You just can't blanketly invest.
I know that we're going to talk about this later in the program, the sell-off in oil, but I'll point out that energy stocks since the election are the only group that are now in negative territory. That's not necessarily bad news for the economy.
Right.
If you're waiting for a tax cut, well, Americans will get a small one in lower energy prices.
Now, we want to talk about oil. That's a great point that you bring up, and also the jobs number tomorrow, Mark. So let's talk about oil first, because prices plunged 5.4% yesterday, the biggest drop in over a year on oil prices. There it is right now at $49.24. What does this tell you about where we are?
Well, John Templeton always told me, you buy at the point of maximum pessimism. You buy it when nobody else wants it, right? You don't buy it when it's high, you buy it when it's low. And so there are going to be opportunities. The thing he also taught me to look at is price to book. Some of these stocks are still selling below tangible book value. So I don't know what's going to happen in 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. But in 3 years, if things improve, then you're finding bargains right now.
Well, what do you mean if they improve? I mean, President Trump has been very clear he wants to tap into America's energy. And so if we're tapping into America's energy, doesn't that mean more supply? If you have more supply, doesn't that mean lower prices?
It could be. Yeah, absolutely. And it also could be that a new technology is determined. It could be solar energy, so maybe prices do continue to come down, but there will be benefits elsewhere.
I get the vibe that Trump's not going to be investing too much in solar energy. Just
like I get that vibe too, actually. You're right.
Yeah, he's trying to, go back into the traditional sources of energy. Coal, I mean, you saw him deregulate in that space. I mean, when it comes to getting oil from the shale country here, I mean, we've got, the prices are so low right now. They can extract oil at $29 a barrel.